Hello there, and we are live. See ya, ladies and gentlemen. You are welcome to another episode of the Dal and Claude show. I mean, people. I know there's lots of shows going on out there, but I mean, I'm just coming back, from a game. Of course, went to work, went to a game to, but and I know I've not been doing streams for a minute. But guys, yeah, I'll just try and dish out whenever I have time to do streams these days. I've got a decent time for one this evening, and see here, people. Yeah, it's no other person than my guy, my brother, of
What's
course,
up, bro?
Oregon, Dal Gunner. My brother, he gets a po. The Goonies in the house. And
What's
Views
going
on
on?
Sports. Views on
Bring up
Sports is in
Breeze.
the chat, yeah. Views on Sports. I want to hear what you want to say about Madrid, my guy. I really want to hear what you think about Madrid Arsenal, man. But see ya,
Sure.
people. My guys down here, Oregon Gunner, talk to these people, man.
What's going on, Tony? It's been a couple weeks, man. Good to see you. I know you're a
Mm,
busy guy, just
mm,
like I am, and many of us. But yeah, I did not get up at 4:30 in the morning to watch Arsenal play. I did not watch that garbage of an Everton match, and I did
mm.
not get up to watch the Manchester Derby, which I heard was worse than the Everton match.
Oh
So
my God,
I've
no,
seen
it was
my
horrible.
highlights. Yeah, I really, really think that you and I are good ones to talk about Madrid tomorrow because Everton's in the past, the league is in the past, the FA Cup is in the past, and the League Cup is in the past. We have to move forward to Madrid.
Mm.
So this is what we have to talk about, and this is what we have to dissect today. But big up. Thanks for the show. Happy Monday. Let's get it cracking.
Yeah, okay, cracking, my people.
Yeah,
See, yeah. I mean, let's even start. I mean, we'll get into the Madrid shenanigans. Yeah,
sure.
we'll get into it. But let's first start from that Everton matchup. I mean, probably maybe you watched it on playback.
I watched
What
the
did you
highlights.
think about that Everton game? Like, I mean, I'm not a fan of having a very, very important Champions League matchup the next
Mm,
week and the week before, in the weekend before, you're playing your first 11 and weighing them out and getting them into a state of fatigue
right.
when you have probably the most important game. I mean in your season, because
Right.
this is a season defining game against Real Madrid. So you shouldn't be going buck wild against Everton. I mean, who are playing for the last time on that ground in Merseyside, the blue side of Merseyside.
Mhm.
Of course, they've not really turned a total corner with Moyes, but still, they are still that disciplined. They are still that physical team. Uh, uh, that is just ready to really go on a physical battle, physical
Right.
skirmish with any team, in the league. But what did you really think about that matchup? Did you really think that Arsenal should be going for it totally, you
In the
know,
league.
or do you just think that, let's calm down. We've lost the title already, and it's not needed. What was your thoughts on that one?
Well, the thing is
Big
that
ups, Ottoman.
big up Odeman. The thing is that he played the squad that we specifically talked last time for him not to play. Right? He
Mm,
could have started
mm,
Nathan up top. He could have played. Well, one year he played, Skelly played. I get that, but Max Dowman, pull him up, call him up for the rest of the season. He scored a hat trick in the under 21s, I think, yesterday. So I think we have opportunities. Saturday to play the kids again. It's not looking towards Tuesday. What if Trossard would have gotten hurt?
yeah.
What if Rice would have, broken a toe again or something? I mean, these are the risks Arteta's willing to take. And I know we got to put out a strong side every weekend against a Premier League club. I get that. But at the same time, it's like have some sense of, intuition about what's going to happen on Tuesday. You know, um, From what I saw, he gave up a penalty for the goal. Trossard scored a nice goal. From what I saw, I don't know, Tony. I know I like the starting lineup that he had, though, right? Even besides Jorginho in the midfield, right? I agreed with the starting lineup of Trossard up front with one area on the right. Who's done speed,
Big up,
the
big up.
left. That's what we got to do against Madrid. But the football was boring, and just watching the highlights alone, I was falling asleep. It's not worth it. It's not worth it. Don C would agree. We could have played way more kids Saturday instead of risking players again for the biggest game of the season tomorrow. And Arteta got it wrong again. The draw doesn't matter. I predicted a 1-1 draw. I don't know, Tony, would you pick 2-2, 2-1 or something? Don C, I don't know what your prediction was. I don't recall. But 1-1, I think it was fair. We didn't deserve to win that game. Yeah,
I'm going deep into that one, innit? See you guys, welcome to the stage. No other person than Don C. He gets a po. I mean, is in his luxury car, looking good, chilling, relaxing. My brother, man, talk to these people, my brother, man. How you doing?
Hi.
And of course, Oracle Gunnar actually wanted you here, man. He wanted your input in this stuff, and of course, it's our show. So, of course, shout out to you, Don T, man. How you doing, brother? Talk to these people.
Yeah, I'm all good, man. Yo, thank you, Oregon Gunnar, bro. Because you know what, yeah, I want to do more shows with Gunnar, Oregon as well. Because you know what, yeah, I like the way his mind works. You know what I'm saying? When he talks, I listen. I'm not saying bad about you, Tony, but he's like, do you know what it is? He comes into the realm of how I feel, how I think, and how I see football. Yeah, and I love working with people like that. This is what I'm saying, because they're like. Me, you could call me more negative in certain aspects. With Oregon Gunnar, he's so articulate with how he puts certain things. I have to think, what happened? This is what I'm saying. Yeah. But big up to you guys, man. And do you know what? Yeah, let's get into the match, like, 'cause I'm trying to get old quick in it. Like, I'm hungry. Do you know what? Yeah, it was fair for the 1-1. Don't get me wrong, but to draw the way that we drew was unacceptable. You see, if they would have scored a goal out of open play, no influences from anyone, then do you know what? Yeah, it is what it is. But it's just the way they got that goal. That's what made me sick. This is what I'm saying. Yeah, and to the fact that the refs, they get it wrong. They're only human, right? But there's VAR. They have backup now. This is what I'm saying. So there should be these kind of things should never happen in football. You get me? Never happen. How many times have we seen a challenge outside the box and they've blown a whistle and given outside the box? Yeah. VAR is supposed to assist the referee in a wrong decision. A penalty is a game-changing thing, and especially the fact that Liverpool lost yesterday as well. So could you imagine if this was around Christmas times where we needed as many points as possible, when mathematically the league is still there, right? The refs would have killed our season. Yeah, and that's
wait. Are we still doing this, Dante? Are we still doing this? With one breath, we're saying that we're out of the title. With one breath, we're saying, "Oh, they've dropped points." We could have
said around
Which
Christmas time.
Are we out of the race? Or
no. If you listen,
any hope? What is this,
Tony? If you listen to the words I said if this was around Christmas. When we would still be in the title race. That was a key point around Christmas, yeah? Because the title cannot be lost around Christmas, no matter what people say or whatever it is, yeah?
Right.
If that was the case, and I'm talking about, I'm being devil's advocate now, because this is not the same time. This is not the same, okay, how can I put this, yeah? This is not the first time the refs have screwed us over, right? Just look at the Miles Kelly red card. So could you imagine the refs lost us this season 67 points? Yeah, could you imagine that? 67 points. When you're on a run, and then you lose a game, you have to pick yourself back up. Right? We all know this. It's all about informed teams most times. Yeah. If you're in form, you're more likely to win the games. If you're out of form, you're out of form. Look at Man United. Look at Tottenham. Yeah, they're not crap teams. Forget what anyone else says. They're not crap teams. They're just going through a bad patch of form. Do you get what I'm saying? Right. Yeah, right. So and I don't want to put it down just to the rest, because then we could have had opportunities if it was another thing. But then I'm not going to take away from the players because the players should be doing their jobs. But it's a lot harder as an Arsenal supporter when refs keep on screwing us time after time. Like I said, if it was an open play goal, I wouldn't care. But because of how it happened, that's what frustrates me with what's going on with Arsenal. We all know, like Lewis Skelly does a celebration. Guess what? It gets highlighted. Lewis Skelly gets sent off. Yeah.
Yeah.
One red card. Okay, fine. The second red card. Yet people still talking about that. Yeah. People are not talking about the refs' decisions. People are talking about the Arsenal players, and I think it's very unfair. Us as supporters, we could do that. So tell you why? Because we got an emotional connection to that. When an outsider looking in, fair enough, you want to laugh, but then when it comes to refs' decisions, we all need to band together simply because it can happen to their team, and that's what irritates me with this whole situation. And yet it's always Arsenal that's always going through this, and then when we complain, oh yeah, they're complaining again against refs. How many times this season do you think refs have screwed us? How many times? And how many more times does it need to happen?
There was a video I saw the other day, Don, that Howard Webb was looking at like, yes, we messed up. I think there's like 8 games.
8 games.
I think Doncey's connection is messing up for now. We'll come back to him. But you've heard what Doncey has just said. Yeah, I mean, I hate to be this person that likes to highlight referees or shining the light on referees all the time. But you have to agree with this one, man. I mean, Arsenal have lost nothing. For me, Arsenal have lost nothing less than at least 10 points this season, 10, 15 points due to mistakes from referees. I saw that penalty shout, man.
Games, right?
Very horrible penalty shout. Bro, I've seen, bro, come on, man. What is going on here? I don't think that was a penalty. But again, I don't want to keep highlighting it like that's really the reason why Arsenal have lost this title. No, we didn't do our job in the transfer window. The manager has also messed up. But again, we also have the right to also call the referees, into the conversation and put them into perspective.
I think what Don C's saying is the referee has compounded what's gone wrong for us, right? When things go wrong, they go wrong, right? You don't score, you hit a post, something happens. But when refs are blatantly making calls and giving quick red cards without even any consulting of the captain, right? And we're letting opposition players, like 4 or 5 of them, run up to the ref. Like, how many times have we seen that? I've said it before. If you start whipping yellow cards out for people approaching the ref with the captain, that shit will stop. Right? That shit will stop. And the refs refuse to do that because it's part of the drama of the game. Right? It's part of the televised drama of the game now that we get refs and players, all around them, blah, blah, blah. And they're pointing at other players. It's borderline cheating, in my opinion, to be honest, because you're trying to have an effect and an advantage over the opposition by using the ref as like it's your own, judgment. Right? So the shit calls they've made, I think what Don's saying is, it's horrible, but it's also compounded a really bad season, to be honest. Right? It's not like, and that's Tony's point is, no matter referees, we ain't scoring at Newcastle. No matter what the referees, right? We ain't fucking scoring at Newcastle. Right? It's been 3 seasons, so you can't blame the ref for that, right? And I know that's not what Don C's saying, but after a while, you start to individually pick at these incidents, and you're like, that cost us 3 points. Oh, 3 weeks later, that cost us 3 points, and that cost us 3 points. And where would we be around January, right after the Christmas break? We may be 6 points behind Liverpool instead of fucking 12.
Dal, can you not hear me? Okay, then. Yeah.
You sound good. You sound fine.
Just remember, the first game that this happened to us was against Man City, right?
Right.
Man City, and that killed the game off. And then in the same breath, Doku done the same thing. Nothing happened to him. And this is my issue. Like I said, when it comes to like we all know me, that I go win at Arsenal every single second they piss me off. Yeah, even if someone like let's say Havertz scored 3 goals, I will still nitpick. Yeah, because I don't believe in Havertz, right? But then comes a time and a point where it's like, do you know what? Yeah, there's things that we're not doing, and that's on us. But then, if we have everything and everyone against us, how are we supposed to do well, right? And I take Brent like anyone else, But then comes a time and a point, because can you imagine if you're saying that the rest cost us, let's say 6 to 10 like points this season, hypothetically, we'll be 1 point behind Liverpool, and we have to play them, and that's my issue.
Right.
That's my issue. Nothing else. Not that we're not scoring, not that we've been terrible in some points, not that we haven't bought a striker. If the refs just did their job, and it's not just on the refs, it's on VAR. They have help. Yeah, just like Arsenal have help with a defensive coach, an attacking coach, and a set piece coach.
Good point.
Like Arsenal have help, so there's no excuse why we're not scoring as we was 2 seasons ago. The refs have VAR help. They can stop that game at any time. Tell the referee, go to the monitor, because just to say, look, right, this started outside of the box. Outside of the box, but nothing was said. And this is what pisses me off.
No, I looked at that Liverpool game versus. I looked at that Liverpool game versus Everton. Yeah, I saw a clear offside, and no one called that out. I don't know. I'm seeing in some quarters, in some places, people saying this Liverpool title would be the PG Mo title handed down to Liverpool. The team has been good this season. Let's don't take anything away from them. But the referees have been they've been so lackadaisical towards Arsenal's Arsenal matches, and I'm just very happy to give decisions to Liverpool. I just don't know why. But in any case, okay, Oregon, you want to say something?
If you want to cap off like the ref issue, a lot of it too is that I feel that even VAR, falling back on the VAR, like why don't we just get rid of it completely? Because there comes the point, like you saying, Don, if there's a foul outside the box, so let's say there's a foul before a goal, right? It's sort of like the VAR goes against the rule book, because there is such thing as passage of play, right? If you're fouled, midway in the halfway, your team gets the ball, a couple of passes, and you score, the passage of play is done for when the foul happened, right? And that's just a law of the game. It's like Jez said, it's not really a rule; it's a law. I don't know if there's a distinct difference, but there's a law of the game. As the passage of play goes on, the refs don't have the power to stop the goal and go back 4 or 5 passes, right, to call a foul. That's against the laws of the game. If a foul's committed and the ref acknowledges it and knows it's a dangerous play and still gives, what is it? Gives not credit, but still gives the opposing team the opportunity, right? I guess I could say, to go on and score a goal. They score, you can still card that player, but you're not taking back the goal, because the passage of play, because between the foul and the build-up to the goal is already happened. And that's where I get the umps with VAR, is that they'll call fouls that'll happen in the midfield after the passage of play has already happened. That's happened to us, I think, in 2 games. Where we could have won. I think we ended up drawing. I don't remember the opponents because it was pretty early in the season. And Don is right, too. I think a lot of this has happened early in the season there was almost conspiratorial levels to keep Arsenal down at the beginning of the season. Maybe in my mind, I'm not a conspiracy guy, but if it happens with this ref and this ref and this ref, you start to scratch your head, like, well, why is this happening to the other players and other teams, and why aren't we hearing about that more?
We're already the laughing stock of the league. Yeah, these rival fans are just laughing at us. And it's Arsenal fans have started their excuses again, blaming the referees. So I'm just tired of actually talking about this referee stuff, because we're just giving this rival fans information to actually use it against us and stuff like that. So when they ask me such questions, Dante sent me something. Dante, you know what I'm talking about, right? Something you sent me on Instagram the other day. When they ask such questions, you know the answer you're to give to them. No comments.
Tony, let me
comment,
ask you as a referee. Look, Tony, let me ask you quickly as a referee. If you're a referee and you get surrounded by players, do you have the laws of the game on your side to just whip out yellow cards? Can you do that?
No.
Okay,
Bro,
it has
see,
to be a dangerous
I really
play.
do think that refereeing in England is something different. Bro, refereeing down here, we're carefully trained. We're carefully trained on offside positions. We have the VAR working for us. Referees are calmer. They take their time to watch things. There's no bias. Everyone, do their jobs. But bro, I mean, in England, I mean, for the best league in the world, I do think it's the best league in the world. I'm not gonna act like like someone who wants to be different and say, "Hey,
Right.
the Spanish league is." I'm not doing that.
Everyone's
The English league is. This is the epitome. To be very sincere with you, because many other players can go to several other countries, bang them goals. When they come down here, I mean, it's a harder league to actually even the best of the best have been down here, and they really couldn't hit the ground running. But again, throw all that argument all away. But still, if we claim that the English Premiership is the best in the world, why don't we have the best referees in the world? And that confuses me time after time. But you know what? Yeah, let's get into this Madrid topic. Arsenal face Real Madrid tomorrow. See you guys. Pray for Madrid. See you people, man. This is where Dante gets mad with me. He gets mad. Oracle can't even look at me. Oh my days, bro. I'm finished. But you know what? Yeah, see it, people. Yeah, I mean, let's face the facts. Yeah, Madrid will be missing about 6 big-time players going into this Champions League matchup. Let's just start
we know that for sure? That's true.
Ceballos will be missing. Ceballos, who, by the way, has been the best midfielder for me. If you ask me, he's been the best midfielder all season. Yeah. That's a failure at Arsenal. But is injured, so he's not going to be in that matchup. Militao is not going to be there. I mean, he's injured. He injured his ACL. He's not going to be there. Tchouaméni is not going to be there. He's suspended for the matchup. There's one other person who's not going to be there. One other person. But I've forgotten anyway. But they have their goalkeeper coming back. Courtois is coming back. But they have about 6 players that will be out of that game. Is this advantage Arsenal? Does Arsenal take advantage of this? Who starts?
I need to open the window. Back to me first. Oh shit! So who starts? Okay. Well, do you want my starting 11? Do you want my quick starting 11 for Arsenal? Is that what you want, Tony?
No. We'll talk about the 11 later. What do you think? Real Madrid missing 6 players going into this matchup. Does that give Arsenal any advantage? How do you see that match turning out to be?
Well, yeah, I think it does play a bit into our favor, of course, but I'd have to see that definitive list. I don't think Rodrigo's out. I don't think Mbappe's out. I don't think Vinny Jr.'s out. And do I need to say more? No, because the fact of the matter is that without Gabriel, we are fucked. We're fucked. Again, he's Gabriel running back in transition. Like I said before, we are horrible in transition, and Gabriel paid the price. So with that said, I don't think there's anyone that can slot in there to be as good as Gabriel, Kiwi or Ben White, Timber, etc. I don't think any 3 of them can slot in and give us a performance that Gabriel could. With that being said, bro, I think if Trossard can do Trossard things, he will be our saving grace. And hear me out. So I've been listening a lot to Lee's and watching, Real Madrid, Dave's streams and so forth. They're shit scared of Trossard. They feel like Trossard can actually hurt them because of his clinical ability. and that he's a very versed, Belgian international. That if in the right position against their defense, because some of these Madrid guys, I'm a Madrid guy, right? You see the scarf back there. They can't handle technical ability, man. They can handle pace and power. But if Trossard gets that one chance, he will fucking bury it, bro. And that's what they're afraid of. They're not afraid of Martinelli. They're not afraid of Waneri. They're afraid of Trossard and what he brings at 29, 30 years old from that left-hand side. I don't, I think we can physically beat them in the midfield. Right, I think Declan Rice is strong. Thomas Partey obviously has got some strength to him. If we can play a physical game with them in the center of the park and get the ball out wide to Trossard and get him to shoot the ball, we don't need the perfect goal, guys. We don't need to tap it in from 1 yard. We need to put Courtois under pressure. And if Trossard can get that right foot popping from that left side, it's going to be a long day for them. Odie has to have the best game of his career. This has to be Odegaard's by far best game that he's ever played for Arsenal, Madrid, Sociedad, fucking Basel, wherever the hell he was at before, right? This has to be him taking the armband and making it mean something. If he ghosts out in the first 5 minutes of this game, I want him gone this summer to PSG. I want him gone because this is the time for this kid to shine. And if he doesn't show it, he has to go. Because the pressure is too big. Declan's going to be up for it. Thomas Partey's going to be up for it. All the senior level players are going to be up for it. And I damn think Martinelli and Waneri are going to be up for it too. But it's going to be up to Arteta to motivate these players and not show them forks and fucking light bulbs and eating fucking meat in Dubai. This is where the rubber hits the road. I don't want any more analogies. I don't want any more, if they do this, we should do this, and express blah, 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 bullshit conference talks. I want to see some fucking football out on that pitch tomorrow. And if Odegaard isn't going to get it together, I'm going to rely on Rice to party to get it together. If our senior players let us down, we're getting tonked. It's all up to the senior players to make it happen. And no matter how we get that goal, it has to come from senior leadership. And that's all I got to say, man. That's all my mind is leadership, leadership, leadership. Is what's going to win this
leadership,
game.
Leadership. Don C, let me put you into the game. Don Carlo, I mean, you go by Don C, right? I mean, Don Carlo Ancelotti. In his presser today, he said Martin Odegaard is one of the best players in Europe. I mean, this is Don Ancelotti saying this. And we Arsenal fans do think that Martin Odegaard is actually Odegaard. We don't rate him. Don Carlo is saying something different. He rates him. See, you know what? Yeah, they have about 6 big-time players that are not going to be playing tomorrow. Do you think Odegaard, Rice, like our brother Oregon going to have said, do you think these guys take over the midfield and smash up Real Madrid in midfield tomorrow?
First and foremost, right? I want to give Dal his Don fucking DeMarco for that, yeah? I love that shit, yeah? No, serious, man. Do you know what it is? You was fucking cooking, bro.
Don DeMarco.
Like, you came like the rock, and I was eating what you was cooking, man. Fuck it.
Thank you, sir.
I love that.
I try to serve the best.
No, I love that. Like, I was nodding like a bobblehead. Like, I was like, yep. Because that's all the shit that I was going to say. Like, took the words out of my mouth. But, okay, before we get to that, Tony, right? You see, my fear is, okay, I said this a few days ago, that I would actually prefer Gabriel in this team than Saka. Yeah?
Mm-hmm.
The reason why I said this is because we're going there with Kyogo, yeah? Look who we're playing against, and look at the Everton match. Let's just say that's an audition. Yeah, he failed on so many different levels. You can see how far we dropped with Kyogo in our team, right? And we know that Gabriel can save us a goal and score a goal at the other end. You know what I'm saying? So right now, he's more important. For me, he's the captain. For me, he's the best Arsenal player this season. Right? He's the reason why Saliba's bozo moments go underneath the carpet. Because he's had a lot of them, but then he's cleaned up. He's like the cleaner. He's like the street sweeper, that does so much for us and the environment that we don't actually give props to. Yeah? And this is why I said with Kiwior, like to be honest, I said this on Flawless' show as well. And I said this on Sheet TV. I said that if we had him, I would be a lot more confident leading up to this match. Forget all the rest of the banter. It's only because we've got him. And as Dal said, we have whoever plays that game, all of them need to play like they are a captain. Every single one of them. Every single one of them needs to go and realize, this is our home. You've never beaten us. Yeah?
Right.
But unfortunately, because we haven't got many captains in our team, and because our captain goes missing, right? Yep. I thought I saw him on a milk cart in Texas. That's how bad it was. Yeah. And to answer your question, man, do you see Ancelotti? He's gaslighting.
Right.
He's gaslighting. He's playing mind games. He's saying, Odegaard is one of the best players, this and that. He's going home to him. That's his home. If we came to us, that was his home. And
but again, is he lying? I mean, but wait, Don. I mean, because I really feel Don Ancelotti has gotten to a point in his career where he doesn't have to do all these gimmicks to score points. He's won big time trophies.
Tony
is for me is the best manager in the world right now. Right. He doesn't need to do that. He doesn't need to go as low as that. As saying that Odegaard is one of the best. If he doesn't think so, I don't think he's gonna say.
Believe in the dark arts.
All right, look, okay, it's like this, No matter what age you are, we're all competitive, so none of us want to lose. And if we can get one thing over a person, right, then I understand that. Yeah, just picture this, right? How many games have you seen Odegaard play well in?
About 7.
I completely agree. I mean, I'm saying it's a shitty. I completely agree. It's not a problem with me. But what I'm saying is it really that Don Ancelotti believes that Odegaard is a great player?
Tony,
or is it that we're expecting too much from him and we're not seeing it very well?
Tony.
Let him finish, Tony.
Tony, this is what okay. If you listen to me for 1 second, I'll explain it. It will all coincide. If you yourself, Tony, Claude, TV, Badman, my brother, can see that he only played about 7 games good, this guy that has managed over 1,000 games, has managed some of the best players in the world, can also see that he hasn't. So why would he say that? Yeah? Why would he say that? Because he also is a competitive person. He doesn't want to lose. You hear what I'm saying?
Right.
He wants to be top of his game. And if he can actually just put a little bit of stardust on it and be like, he's good. What? And you can see that he hasn't. I can see that he hasn't. All of us real fans can see that he hasn't, right? What's he doing? He's gaslighting. Yeah?
Yeah, I mean, there's.
Oregon, do you agree? Do you agree with what Don Ancelotti said? I mean, 100%. He comes out in the presser. I mean, he showers encomiums on Martin Odegaard. Talks so much about his development at the football club. Insists that Martin Odegaard is one of the best players in Europe. I mean, those accolades are so huge and so tremendous. And we Arsenal fans, we see him week in, week out, and he does absolutely nothing.
Right. Well, exactly. But we're not winning anything, right? And Ancelotti's just saying that because he's worked with him before and he has seen the growth of him. I mean, you could see the growth of Odegaard from when he was 17 and floating around and, being advertised as the next, prodigy and so forth. And it obviously didn't work out. But he can also say that Odegaard has progressed since I've worked with him. If I'm Ancelotti, that he's progressed. He's in the club that's finished second in 3 years in a row. We're in the quarterfinals of the Champions League. We're not doing the best we could domestically, but that's not all down to him. I mean, a lot of other YouTubers would say he's the prime reason. Him and Arteta the prime reason, and I'm in that group as well at times. But at the same time, it's like not all of this lands. I mean, being the captain is a lot on his shoulders. We all get that.
Mhm.
But in Ancelotti's eyes, if he sees this player that he let go finish second 3 times in the Premier League, he's gonna like gaslight that. And he's not. It's not really like he's not complimenting him. He's just making the point that he's probably one of the best in the world. And that what Don C is saying is that that's signaling to his squad that maybe that's somebody we need to watch out for, but not really, because they're not too afraid of it because they've won 3 years in a row in the Champions League or 4 years in a row.
Dal,
there's no pressure on them.
Dal, just go back a second. You said a key word. He was the one who let him go.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If he rated him that highly, and just remember, Ceballos was our first choice, but they said they don't want to get rid of him. They'd rather get rid of
Odegaard.
So now what? Why is he saying this after how many years after we let him go?
Right.
They haven't tried to buy him back or anything.
No, they had first refusal to, right? They have first refusal to. They buy him back, I think, for like 15, 20 mil. But the thing is, if he doesn't perform, right, I want him gone. And we know he's not going. And so, again, we're going to be in this merry-go-round, I think, next season of, we may get Gyökeres in if Berta can do that. And I'm not going to get into transfers, but, we could be on another fucking merry-go-round with the same squad. So, and then we meet Ancelotti, let's say, again, in the group stage or something. He says the same things. And that, this is why this tomorrow is such a definitive moment for our club.
Yeah.
This will really
Okay.
If we end up beating them 1-0, Tony, that I think that doesn't get us through, but that at least puts some shade on what they're trying to do. And again, we've mentioned this before. One of the positives I do see for our side is that we pressure very well up the pitch, and they don't face that every weekend, right? Les Palmas doesn't do it. There's like Valladolid or whatever team, low mid-table team you want to put out there. But also, Madrid has been losing to those teams, right? If their attack isn't clicking, they're
I mean, you just took the words out of my mouth, in my next question. Because see, people, let's don't see. I want you guys to open your eyes and look deeper into this. Yeah, Real Madrid last weekend lost against Valencia. Guys, I'm just saying, yeah? The other week, they lost against Real Betis. Guys, are you seeing the caliber of teams that are beating these people? I mean, Athletic Bilbao smashed them up. Lille smashed them up. See, guys, we're not talking of invincibles Real Madrid. We're talking of Real Madrid, flesh and blood, a beatable team. FC Barcelona disgraced them home and away this season. Let's don't act as if we didn't see it. And guys, let's don't totally forget the fact, that Rudiger has been calamity Rudiger this season. Let's don't pretend as if they don't have bozos in their team. Rudiger, his form is awful. It's been awful this season. Let's don't take that off the table. Dante, straight to you. When you see this defensive lapses from Real Madrid, I mean, does it bring any kind of witnesses for you that Arsenal could be able to exploit tomorrow when they come to the Emirates? Because when you look at, even, you know what, I didn't even, guys, forgive me, I did not even mention Real Sociedad. Did you guys see that Copa del Rey? 4-4.
Okay.
Real Madrid team is conceding 4 goals. No, I want you to look deeper into it. Is that a team we should be scared of coming to the Emirates tomorrow?
No.
Should we just sit back and calm like chickens? Or we should go like giants and go and try and face them head to head, toe to toe? Yeah?
Tony.
Buck for buck? Yeah? Bullets for bullets? Air raid for air raid? Bro, what are we talking about? A team that conceded 4 goals. What are we talking about? Can't we go toe to toe with this machine?
You've got a point. You've got a point. They conceded a lot of goals this season.
We have to regardless, yeah. But all the teams that you mentioned, yeah, have something that we don't, and that's a striker. They got a player that moves like a striker, that scores like a striker, that does everything of a striker. You see, this is my point. We're going there with Moreno.
Bayer Leverkusen had a striker. PSG had a striker.
Yeah, all the teams that
Bayer Leverkusen had a striker.
Okay,
PSG had a striker.
All the teams
Sporting Lisbon had one of the they currently have one of the most hot properties in world football right now, and we smashed them away from her. So what's that talk all about?
Tony, let him finish. Tony, every single team that you mentioned, yeah, that's beat Real Madrid this season, their strikers have scored. Their strikers have made their Real Madrid defense look silly. Yeah, we don't have a striker. We don't have a player that moves like a striker. Yeah, we have players that move like midfielders in midfield. Yeah, why don't you ever see midfielders?
No, I just named teams we beat in the Champions League that have strikers.
Yes, but none of those teams have won 16 Champions Leagues. None of those teams have. None of those teams in their worst season still win a Champions League. They know how to do it. Yeah. And that's why I am not so confident like that. Because if we were playing a PSG, I will tell you straight up and down, we beat them. Look at my scoreline against Man City. There's a reason why I said my scoreline against Man City or the teams that we have beaten, and I said it will be a big score. I said we'll beat PSG. I said we'll beat PSV because I'm confident doing that. When we're playing a team like Real Madrid, yeah, they're on a different level at this stage. This stage, yeah.
Right.
And for us to beat them, we need a bagsman. We need a gunsman. You get me? Because we're not playing a City or a Man United or even at Liverpool. With all due respect to them, yeah.
Let me ask you a question, Don C.
Yeah.
When the players sign the dotted line on Real Madrid, what trophy do they expect to win first?
Champions League.
Thank you.
It's the Champions League, but again, guys, wait. Are they? I mean, Don C just said something on a different level, bro. Guys, did what I said here at the start of that question? Did it just come in, garbage out? I'm telling you that. I'm telling you that they conceded 4 goals against Real Sociedad 2 weeks ago. They got beaten by Valencia with Mbappe and all the stars and Vinicius Jr. losing a penalty. I mean, let's be fair in our criticism. Let's be very fair. I mean, bro, let's don't act as if they're invincible. I hear you when you say this guy won Champions League.
Tony,
but it's not the same team, though. No, it's not the same Real Madrid team, though.
But guess what? But guess what? Do you know what's not the same team? Everton to Real Madrid. And what happened with the Everton?
We're not the same team.
With lesser players, yeah? With lesser players. Like, Everton's whole team probably pays Mbappe's wages, right? Yep. Mbappe can get in there enough every single top team in the world, right? Right? Every top team. Let's not sugarcoat that. If, like I said, if our audition for Kyogo was against Everton, he massively failed, yeah? Who scored a goal against fucking Everton? It was Trossard, yeah? The one player, yeah? Everyone else came on. They didn't do much. And yeah, we started. Yeah, cool. It's a different ball game and they're going to attack the game differently, yeah? But when it comes down to it, player for player, man for man, like, I'm not going to say they're going to spank us. I don't think so. Yeah, we're going to win the midfield battle. Where I can't see us.
But again, is the game going to be man for man? Because Tony, don't you think we're looking at this in a very wrong way? Is the game going to be man for man, though? I mean, you just said man for man. I hear you. I mean, if you pitch in Mbappe for Trossard, Mbappe for or Vinicius Jr. for Trossard or something like that, I hear you. They have a bigger team. But is it going to be an individual game, though?
Okay.
I mean, it's going to be a collective game, though.
Okay.
And collectively, Real Madrid isn't as fearful as they are right now. Teams have stepped up to them this season. I just told you that Villarreal, Valencia stepped up to them. Real Betis stepped up to them. And teams that have been able to step up to them have actually defeated them this season. So I'm not saying that it's a garbage team. I'm not saying that. But I'm saying that whenever they've met oppositions that stick up the leg to them, that actually come out to play, they've been found wanting. Real Betis, Atletico Bilbao,
Tony, let him finish. Tony, let him finish. We know.
I mean, I allowed him talk. But, I mean,
let him. Okay, let him.
Tony,
we know
if you don't like the man-to-man thing, then I'll rephrase it just for you. Yeah, defense against attack. Explain it. How the fuck are we going to defend against Real Madrid strikers? With who?
Bro, they also have defensive worries too. Mind you, Militao is not in that defense. And again, don't act. Again, you guys throw away this question. Rudiger, he's been horrible this season. No one is talking about Rudiger. He's been horrible. He's going to be there tomorrow. We could exploit that. See, whether we like it or not, there's things to exploit in this team.
None of those games matter till up to tomorrow, my friend. None of those games matter because Don C and I have been telling you they are a different animal in the Champions League. They don't give a fuck.
Okay. Liverpool beat them in the Champions League. Okay. No, they're a different animal. Okay, good. Lille beat them in the Champions League. What is this? What is this?
And when it mattered, what happened?
We have garbage teams that beat them this season in the Champions League, and they're a different animal in the Champions League. Oh, I hear you.
Please don't go back in time, please. Don C's got it right. Those other teams that are putting points on them have strikers that can score. We have a midfielder that can barely fucking run. I mean, we got to play Martinelli up front, Trossard, whatever the 11 will be. We'll have to see that when it comes out, right? But Don C's point is that, dude, Tony, they turn a switch when they're in the Champions League. They are a different squad, and Don Carlo knows that, and you know that, Tony. You know they're a different squad in Champions League. And you know and I agree with what both you guys are saying. We're going to come out and give them a game. I have no doubt about that. Arteta wants this for his own ego, right? Let alone that, he wants to beat them as bad as we want to. I believe that. He's going to put out the best 11 that he thinks is right. We're going to disagree with it like we normally do because we wish this player in or this player out. But the fact of the matter is everybody needs to have the armband. Everybody needs to put their big boy fucking shoes on tomorrow and go out there with some balls and put it to them. The problem, Tony, is that we aren't scoring goals through midfield. We have to lob the ball over to Moreno, who has to get it down, and everybody has to run around and pass, and it'll get found out like that. And Rudiger will have a good game with long balls. I guarantee you. If we can get the ball passing through the midfield and score goals from open play, we could beat them. And I say could, right? Because we have the midfield for it. But we don't have the attacking finesse and finishing in the final third anymore without, Havertz or Jesus up there. And I even say Jesus because I rate him better than I do Havertz, right? If that's Martinelli's up there, we don't have a chance. Trossard, maybe. But, I mean, it's if the players aren't on it, Tony, we're going to lose. And I agree with Don. We're not going to get pummeled at home. It's not going to be 4-0 or some shit like that because defensively we are pretty good. But with Kiwior, that raises questions, right?
Yeah, that raises questions. I do agree. But so do they. Rudiger has been bad this season. I just thought they considered 4 goals in the Copa del Rey game that they just had. Valencia just smashed them up. Real Betis disgraced them. This is not an invincible Real Madrid team. They could be got at. They could be got at. I'm not saying Arsenal is going to win, but I'm just saying that they could be got at. They could be got at. And if Mikel Arteta is saying anything near what he's saying in the press conference, guys, let me put it into perspective. Mikel Arteta came out this evening in the press conference and he said, this Real Madrid game is my biggest night in management. Don't see that with that.
But then that's facts though. We all knew that, yeah? Because we got nothing else to play for. So,
Right.
so he's like you see, he's the biggest gaslighter of them all. He's telling us
Yeah, no
things here
shit.
that we already know. This is why I can't stand him, because like let's just say he knew that we needed a striker, but did he give a fuck? He didn't. And that's the whole thing. Arteta does this thing here to get fans back on his side. He's telling you what you already know. When the draw went, before the draw, when we knew we are gonna get PSV, yeah, for 2 games, we knew regardless we're gonna play Real Madrid. And at that point, we also knew that we was out of the FA Cup, out of the the Carabao Cup, and out of the league. Yeah.
Yeah.
So whoever we played, yeah, in the quarter-final was gonna be the biggest match. Yeah. Then
The biggest match, yeah.
this is what I'm saying. And before that, it was PSV. This is what I'm saying. From the time we got
Right.
through, because it was out of every cup competition. So he is a gaslighter. He's already telling you what you already know. So whatever he's got to say, I don't give a shit about what he's got to say, because he had to say that. Because
Right.
because that's the only thing he could have said. What's he gonna say? Oh no, I'm not confident of this game. Yeah, you think he doesn't understand that it's going to be tough enough for us to go without a striker, even tougher going without Gabriel. Do you remember when I said the other day, give us a free hit for our next 2 games? I don't care.
Right.
We're going to finish second place anyway, regardless. Keep our players safe. How we done it? Yeah. For example, he managed his players to not overexert themselves so they could get to a final, or when they got to the final, leave everything out there. Yeah, and now we're in this position. You get what I'm saying? This is why I started with I'd rather Gabriel in defense than having Saka on the field.
Because Saka's not going to be 100% anyway, bro. We know this, and we need 100% Gabriel.
Amen.
Oregon goodness, Saka is back. I mean, we've missed this guy.
Right.
Yeah, lots of games. He came back against Everton. He scored. You know. Not against Everton, sorry. Against what team did he play? Fulham. Against Fulham, and he scored.
He did.
We know that Mikel Arteta is going to unleash him. He's going to unleash the lion on Real Madrid. Is there any effect on of Bukayo Saka in that game? Do you think Bukayo Saka would run circles around the players, get us a goal or something like that? What do you think?
I think he's going to play. I think mentally he'll be up for it. Physically, I'm not so sure, Tony. I really have some question marks. I don't think he's running around circles around people. I think he's going to have, if he does play, he's going to have a little bit of an impact, right? He'll be an outlet.
Yeah.
He'll be able to hold the ball a bit. He'll be able to do a little tiki-taka, to get the defense, on their back foot. But I don't expect for him to pick up the ball midfield and make, darted runs toward the 18-yard box. I just don't think that's going to happen. Hopefully he can get some good crosses in. And again, that depends. I've been shouting it out for years. Put Martinelli up front. He's taller than Trossard, right? He's not as tall, I don't think, as Mikel Moreno, but he's more athletic than Mikel Moreno. If Saka can whip some crosses in, and Martinelli can get his head on the ball, there's something there. If the ball can get down to Trossard's feet, there's something there. Like I said, I don't think it's all doom and gloom. I really don't. If they're missing that many players and we're missing, our key defender, there's an issue there. But again, I still think our midfield is just a bit stronger. And maybe not moving the ball is precisely right. Pass and move, and combination passing. But with knocking those guys off the ball, Declan Rice, if he gets beat, getting back in position and knocking the ball behind the defender, the attacker. Right. So there's physical things I think that we can win those battles. It's how we get the ball, if we retain the ball and spread the ball around the pitch. Right. I mean, it's going to come down to a little more than football 101. Right. We're going to need a lot more creativity to break them down. And hopefully Odegaard's on it because he's the sole guy we're going to have to rely on. But I'm not expecting miracles from Saka, and I hope Arteta's not putting that much pressure on him. If Saka wants to put that pressure on himself, it's his body. It's his body, it's his mind, it's his heart. I can't speak for what he's willing to do and what his body will and won't let him do. Right? Again, if he crosses it in some dangerous position, there's something there.
Don C, I mean, you've just heard what Oregon Gunner said. Let's flip the script right now. See, let's be very sincere. We are going to be facing Kylian Mbappe tomorrow. We're going to be
Yeah.
facing Vinicius Jr.
Rodrigo.
tomorrow. Can our defense, our makeshift defense, I don't have any trust whatsoever in Kivio. I mean, I don't. What do we have? What patterns should we switch? Yeah, because legendary managers, great managers, yeah, that want to win things, know how to switch their teams technically to be able to suit what they want to do in a particular game. Obviously, we don't have time Mikel Arteta, but do we have any resources that we could pass around our defense that can be able to silence both Vinicius Jr. and Kylian Mbappe come that matchup tomorrow? Talk to us.
Do you know? You see, the only way we're gonna silence them tomorrow, they'll said it in a nutshell. Every player on the field needs to be a captain. Yeah, every single player on the field needs to be fighting like they're in a war, Yeah, they're taking man out left, right, and center. They're saying this is my home. You ain't coming in there and you ain't showing me up in my home. Yeah, these men have to show some kind of cojones, right, in this match. That's what they need to do. They need to play as a team. Play as a team, make the right decisions, because we're not going to have that many chances against Real Madrid just because we're going to be scared of the counter attack, because they attack in pace and power and position. Yeah, the 3 Ps. That's what they do, bro. Yeah, they don't have. You know what it is? Their front five actually is nothing to play with. Nothing to play with. Yeah, like I said, because I saw a comment there with the assembled, and he was right. Yeah. We had a makeshift defense. And
the assembled is always right. That's why I like it.
But guess what? And that's no disrespect to anyone now, yeah? We had the greatest player on the planet in that time in Henry. Yeah? So people feared Henry. And Henry was top goal scorer that year in the Champions League. Yeah? The only game he didn't score in was the final. Right? That's who people are forgetting. He's the one who literally dragged us there. He was our Gerrard. He was our Steven Gerrard. People forget that. When you look at the Arsenal team, yeah, who is that player? This is why I said every player needs to be a captain. With Saka just come up from an injury. As much as you want him to do in their final third, he has to track back. He hasn't got the hamstrings for that. So guess what?
Exactly. Oh my God. Guys, pause. Pause.
Like I said,
people.
I'd rather
don't see. I mean, Oregon's gonna.
We just hit the nail on the head.
Coming. Oregon's gonna. Don't see. Just open up a can of worms, man. Yep. Because I mean, I was only thinking offensively about Bukayo Saka. I wasn't really thinking about the tracking back stuff. So right now, and oh my God, that's true. It would have to track back at the same time, trying to create chances in a way and you know, and just try to create magic and score goals. I mean, does he have the legs for that? It's just coming back from injury.
No, I
wasn't
have
really
to.
thinking about
as
that.
much as I'm not a doctor.
That's correct. That's correct.
I don't give a shit.
I agree. I mean, that's what I like Don't see. I mean, you know, he has his ways of bringing in all this, you know, little
I don't watch training,
that just
Tony.
makes complete sense.
I'm not a doctor and I'm not at training, so I don't know, right? All we heard is that it was so bad. It was a grade 3 tear, blah, blah, blah. He's back in 3 months. Oh, my God. We're not fucking doctors, bro. When we're not him, we don't know what he feels.
Right? But Arteta said he's ready. Arteta boasted in the press conference that Bukayo Saka is ready. He said he's ready, which means there's no injury.
Don C would agree with me. We don't want to hear that from Arteta.
Yeah.
I want to hear that from Saka. I want to hear Saka come out and say, you know what, guy, I know people have their reservations about me playing, but let me assure you, Starboy's here. I'm fixed up. You know, he hugged the medical guy in Fulham. So is he ready? I really don't know. But the thing is, Tony, if he has to track back a Vinny Jr., it's going to be long. And it's going to be hard. And here's what I'm thinking. Here's, you know, you guys were talking about. I'm thinking we have to almost do a 4-1-4-1 formation and have Declan Rice as that fifth defender. Right? We almost have to do a 4-1-4-1. Declan Rice has to be
Oh my
pivotal in
God.
stopping everything. So if he's that one that middle CDM, whatever it is in a 4-1-4 formation, he has to vertically be everywhere. He has to stop Vinny and come down and stop Rodrigo. And he has to stop Mbappe in the middle. So we have to form, that sort of arc, right, with our 4 back guys and have Declan Rice there, our 4 straight midfielders, and Trossard up front or Martinelli up front.
Yeah,
Right?
Christmas tree.
We have to do something different. Right, and then that string of 4 is Odegaard and Partey, and Odegaard has to stay up to make it a 4 to form that 4-2-3-1. Right, you start out the 4-1-4-1, it comes into a 4-2-3-1 as play develops, but you go back into a 4-1-4-1 defensive stance, right, when they have the ball. So that's why Declan Rice is so key. I'm even willing to say put Declan Rice at center back, and put Partey at the 6. Moreno on the left and Odegaard on the right.
I mean, should we be trying to abuse another stalwart in our team? I mean, I'm tired of Mikel Arteta abusing Thomas Partey. Bro, I mean, in right back position, now we're thinking of abusing another big player in our team, $100+ million pounder, in our team, and abuse him again and put him in centre back. I mean, these abuses are getting too much, isn't it?
Tony, you forget that Declan Rice was a center back in his younger days at Chelsea and West Ham.
I know, but when last did he play as a centre back?
Yeah, but Skelly's a
when
winger.
last did he
Skelly's a
play as
winger
a centre
turned
back?
left back.
I don't know, man. I don't know.
No, I mean, think of it this way. Okay,
But
so
finish,
Declan
bro.
Rice he pushes up. I mean, you've got to. This is the thing where Arteta has to be creative in his tactics, his formation, and how he manages the players. If Declan Rice can get up, then the 4 center backs turn into 3. Right? They arc out. Right? And Declan Rice plays up. When we're on the counter, Declan Rice gets back into a center back position, and Thomas Partey fills the gap as the 6.
What is the logical solution to that centre back issue right now?
Rice.
Should we go on a back 3? Should we go? Should we turn into a back 3? Mikel Arteta doesn't like a back 3 because I want to remove Kivior out of the equation.
Yes, me too.
But Tony, if we go for a back 3, the only person that can play as a wing back, is let's say Saka, on the right side, and he's got the legs. He has got the hands. Like because forget if Saka's fit. Saka's fit. He said 3 months out. He's played no more than 70 minutes of football in 3 months. What are you expecting from him? He can't run. He could just you see the way I think is it's not that I'm trying to be negative or anything. I'm just trying to see. In my head, I'm trying to realism. I'm trying to do a tactician as a tactician would do. And try to think what player can I put here. This is why when Dal said, okay, put Rice as centre back. I understand why he's saying that. Because he's got the attributes to play that. Because Skelly, this is okay for every single Arsenal player, whoever's going to be starting. This is the biggest game of their season. Forget that for a second. This is the biggest game of Skelly's career, and he's only 18.
Right.
We've seen him do mistakes, right? In lesser games. This is the biggest game. The crowd's going to be up. The attention's going to be on him. This is against 16-time Real Madrid. Okay, what Real Madrid are to the world, is what Man United are in the last 30 years to England. They have been the best of the best because they've won the cup so many times. So when I'm seeing things like this, I'm thinking, okay, is emotions going to get involved? Injuries going to get involved? We've got a player. We haven't got a striker now. We've got Martinelli who has hit form, which I understand, but then we've got an inconsistent Trossard, right? We've got a player like Kiwior who actually has a lot of bozo moments, and we also have Saliba who has 1 or 2 bozo moments. We have a keeper like David Raya, who actually lets us down once or twice. Can it all? If everything what I said happens tomorrow, we're getting slapped.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
I'm thinking Rice because to me, I want athleticism. I want leadership. I want someone back there being vocal. And Saliba, we know, is not vocal. If we have to move, let's say it's 1-1 or something like that, we move Rice into CDM to bring Kiwior in to fill that center back hole, then that's what we got to do. Again, leadership, guys. Rice at the back makes sense because there are times we will evolve to having 3 at the back, right, on attack. If we're able to pin them in to their half for a good 10, 15 minutes, we can probably get away with 3 at the back.
But again, will the manager take that into consideration? Because this is from your own imagination. This manager thinks differently. Manager, I mean, he thinks awkwardly. He's not a manager that thrives in technicality. I mean, he's a Shadwell of technicality. He knows nothing about technicality. He's not going to do this thing. What is the logical solution Mikel Arteta is going to go with? Guys, your first 11. What is the logical thing he's going to do in that game against Real Madrid?
What's the 11 he's going to pick? I want Don C to give his 11.
Okay. This is not what I want.
Not your 11. No. What you think Mikel Arteta is going to dish out tomorrow? That's what I want to hear.
The 11 because you got to remember we got Calafiori injured as well. Yeah, so we got to take him out. Tierney, he doesn't like him, so he's not going to play him. Yeah, because Tierney could do a centre back role as well. People forget that, and he's fit.
Right.
Yeah. So, but then Arteta's not going to think like that. This is what I'm saying, yeah. Because this is the way we think, yeah. And I'm not no football coach. I've got my badges, yeah. But then that's the way I think. Okay, back 4 now. Goalkeeper is going to be the same. He's going to play Timber, Saliba, Kiwior, and Skelly, yeah? He's going to play Rice and Partey, and I want Partey to hold. I do not want Partey to move from in front of the fucking box, yeah?
Right.
Just move with the defenders, just be in front of them. So when we do go to back 3, he's the pivot to that, yeah? Then Rice is going to play, right? Odegaard's going to play. Saka's going to play. Martinelli.
Was it going to be on the left, huh?
Who do you prefer down that left-hand side? Trossard or Martinelli?
It's what Arteta will do too.
Okay, no. Okay, what it is?
That's true. That's true.
He's going to play Martinelli on the left because he's going to want the counter. The second week side, they're going to do the counter attack, and he's going to play Moreno up top.
Moreno up top. Oof. See, but didn't he play Trossard up against Everton?
Top, yeah. Do you know what it is? I think he's going to play Moreno up top, just because he likes his big men up top, and he's gonna. It's because he's gonna more look for when they counter attack us. When we recycle the ball, we're just gonna hoof it to the left hand side and make Martinelli run. I think he's gonna do all the legwork. I think he's gonna do all the legwork. This one, and then obviously what he does is like the 72th minute, 72nd minute, he's going to put on Trossard. And just because Martinelli, he will track back a lot quicker to help defend than Trossard will. Because we're going to need a lot of defending on both sides. The only person I wouldn't, and the thing is, I would love to see Ethan start this game on the right and then bring on Saka afterwards, but I can't see that happening. Because everything that points to in the last 2 games is that Saka will start this match just because he's trying to give him as much minutes as possible before this match. That's what I think. That's what I think.
Oregon Guinea. Give us your first 11 for that matchup because we're closing up soon.
Of what Arteta will do or what I want.
Okay, just give us both. Let's receive the best of both worlds. How about that?
I agree 100% with what Don C says. He's going to go with Skelly at the left, the same back 4 with Kiwior in there, and hopefully he'll put Partey in the 6, and have Declan Rice be the number 8, Martinelli on the left, and he will put Moreno up front, and he will start Saka. He'll put Moreno up there not only by Don says for the size and so forth, but also just because of the fact that he's Spanish, right? And he's going to think that, he has experience in the Spanish league, so I'm going to put him up front as a striker, right? I mean, that's the way this guy thinks, right?
Yeah.
If I had my way, it would be my setup would be Kieran Tierney on the left, Declan Rice or Saliba, Declan Rice, and then Timber. I like the idea of Rice and Timber on the same side. I think that would that would really help shut down Vinny. And I would put Partey in the 6th, Rice on the left, Odie on the right, Trossard on the left, Martinelli up front, and Saka on the right. That's what I would do, right? I think Tierney and Trossard work well together, and I think Tierney, Rice, and Trossard would work well. No, not Rice. No more. I'm sorry. God, I was fucked up. Rice is a center back. Moreno on the left. With Partey in the right. Odegaard on the right. I think Moreno is okay in midfield for something like keeping their midfield at bay. I wouldn't mind seeing the Moreno-Valverde battle. I think there's something there. I know Valverde is a very good player. I think Moreno can maybe do a job on Camavinga. We know he's going to play. Even though I don't really rate Moreno, I still think he's probably one of the better options. I think you could play one area on the left and Partey.
But guys, yeah. Are you guys in this with me? I think Real Madrid's midfield is weak. Is anyone in this with me?
No, Bellingham's good, bro. Valverde's top class.
Modric, an old Modric. Dan Ceballos isn't down there for them. Okay, just the Bellingham. Okay, is he the only one that's gonna? Rule the midfield? I'm just saying, man.
I see what you're saying, Tony. Let me comment on this.
I think we have a powerhouse in the midfield.
Before I go, Tony, is their midfield? They don't rely on their midfield like we rely on midfield, right? Let's put that straight. They rely on their front three. The midfield is just a fucking passenger, bro. Right? To be honest, because they can dish those balls from defense all the way up to Mbappe, Rodrigo, and Vinny. They don't. Plus Vinny and Rodrigo track back. Mbappe barely tracks back, but he may in this game. I don't know what Ancelotti's going to do. We don't know that, right? He may have a completely low block type setup. Who knows? So if that's to be said, their midfield sometimes, and I got to admit, as many of the Madrid games I've watched, at times their midfield is just passengers, bro. Like they'll just get the ball thrown and pass it off, and let Vinny and fucking Rodrigo and Mbappe do the rest. Like literally, I've seen Camavinga stop the ball, look, and just pass it out and just jog, right? Because they don't have to play that way. If they get the ball to their fullbacks, they can just swing it out wide to those guys as direct passes because they'll be at the halfway line receiving the ball. And then that's it again. We'll be in transition, and I'm sorry, that's when it's peak, and that's when they'll score. They will score in transition, bro. I don't think they're going to score if we're all backed up in the box and they're dinking it around and they put one in. Maybe score that way, but I put dollars to donuts that they will score on transition while we're pushed up trying to get one in. They'll get an outlet ball and bam, they'll be gone, and that'll be it. Because Saliba ain't going to catch them.
See ya, guys, just before we go. Just quickly before we go. Yeah.
Sure.
People, please, quickly before we go. We'll just have a couple of minutes, maybe 2-3 minutes. See, I'll start with you, Don C. Quick and easy. Arsenal linked with Victor Gyökeres. They're saying that that our newspaper director has spoken to his representatives. I heard his representatives are going to be watching the Champions League match at the Emirates, and they would seal the deal on the day. What do you guys think from this quick switch from Sesko to an upgraded Victor Gyökeres, whom I like, by the way? Don C, over to you.
Okay,
Quickly.
I'll make it quick and simple. I'll believe it when I see he's got his shirt on playing for Arsenal.
But is that potential signing a better one than the names you've been hearing? Is he a better striker than Sesko? Is he tall enough? Can he use his head? Can he lay the ball, for other players to come into the game? Is he that kind of guy that would get those type of qualities, with him when he comes in?
He's a really good player, right? But I've seen this before with Draxler and all the rest of the idiots, yeah? The moment I see him with an Arsenal top on, yeah, that's when I'm like, okay, fair enough. You did it. Congratulations. Because anything's better than what we have up front anyway.
Right.
Yeah.
I agree.
Yeah. Big up bag of the assembled and into the boxes of my people, of course, in the charts. Oregon Gunner, over to you, Victor Gyökeres. That deal, it seems it's inching closer, and it looks like it is Andrea Breta that is actually pushing for this deal. He has completely ignored Mikel Arteta, pushed his thoughts aside, with this Sesko clown that has been pushing at us. And he's actually saying, you know what, yeah, I want my Gyökeres. What do you think? They're coming to that meeting of Arsenal versus Real Madrid. They will be there. So what do you think?
I think it's a fantastic signing if we can get it over the line. If he's the one, he's on my list. I mean, he's on my list of, I guess, 5 strikers I'd want to bring in. I wanted Lautaro Martinez, but that's probably going to be a real impossible deal, bro. That's an Isak. That's $150 million, $120 million deal, which I know we are not going to spend that much. If we can,
Arsenal is not, bro. We don't have that. Not that we don't have the money, but no one is spending £130 million no one is doing that.
Berta, I'm sure, has looked at our financial sheets and decided it's probably best in our best interest not to spend $150 million on a striker, right? Because we've lost $350 million in the last 6 years in transfer fees. So that's why he's brought in to fix the financials, right? $350 million. Yeah, exactly, Don C. That's a Man City squad. So I think that Gyökeres is the right way forward because there is experience there. I to be honest, I would get Gyökeres and Sesko because in reality we need 2 strikers. And if Sesko's 22 and is willing to really be part of the club, get him on a 6-year deal and say, hey, your first year you may be on and off as a rotational striker because we do have Havertz, of course, in the mix. But you go and get both. You make a statement that Havertz, you are not going to be fucking leading this line like all the time. Maybe a few games, but now you have competition. So with that said, I think the Gyökeres deal, if we can get him for 60 to 70, 75 mil, is a fucking bargain. I know he's scoring goals in the Portuguese league, but it is what it is. You're still a goal scorer, right? He knows where to be. It doesn't matter what league. A pitch is a pitch. An 18-yard box is an 18-yard box, regardless if it's in Portugal, England, or Spain, or Italy. So if he can just be in the right positions to get the ball in the back of the net, I'm all for it. Because we need someone, and we need someone now. And I don't want to wait till the fucking last week in August, July 31st, August 12th, right, to get it done. If we're serious about this guy, I want to see the guy in the shirt July 1st, without a doubt. I want it done, done.
So
done.
in other words, we are both. So in other words, we're all okay with this guy, with Victor Gyökeres. We're all okay.
Don't you know who we got up front?
Dante, are you okay with Gyökeres?
Mate, who have we got up front right now?
Havertz.
I'm asking the question because I don't want tomorrow for someone to say, oh, we should have gotten Isaac. Oh, we should have gotten Osimhen. Are you okay with Victor Gyökeres?
Yeah, I've been okay. I've been okay since his name popped up last summer.
Okay. There you go. Guys, prediction for the Real Madrid game tomorrow, and then we close it.
I'm going to go.
Don, over to you.
I got to go ahead, Don.
Oh, sorry. I was waiting for the Dal.
You're good.
To be honest, okay, I'm going to give you my real thoughts, right? 2-1 Madrid.
I'm going to counter that with 2-1 Arsenal. I got to have some faith.
Okay.
But I don't think it's going to be 4-0 or 3-1 or 5-1 or any bullshit like that. I think Madrid are going to tip it at 2-1. That's what they do.
Yeah.
So, but
I think it's going to be a high-scoring game, and I'm going for 3-2 Arsenal.
Okay.
Yeah, they will concede goals. Bro, this Real Madrid team, they will concede goals. Rudiger is a calamity. Yeah, they're gonna concede goals on the evening, but at the Bernabeu, it's something different. The matchmakers up there, 5-3 or 5-2. But I mean, at the Emirates, no. I don't just think that they're just gonna be invincible at the Emirates. They are gonna concede goals. It will be a fight. Let's see what happens. But I fancy Arsenal to win that matchup 3-2.
Bro, just have it in the back of your mind. As bad as Rudiger is, Kyrgios's worse. And Kyrgios, we haven't got the firepower that's going to be...
No, they're the same. They're the same. Bro, they're the same. They're the same. Bro, they're the same. I mean, you can look at it because it's in Real Madrid. Because, if he was in Chelsea Football Club, would you have taken that signing directly from Chelsea Football Club?
Yeah, of course.
Mate, did you see who? We had
Really?
Mustafi at that time.
Upon all the
Mustafi.
crap we've gotten from Chelsea. Oh my
Bro,
days.
we had,
Okay,
bro, we
no
had
problem.
Mustafi.
Oh, well, I
We
think
had,
we're,
bro, there's a reason why he went to Real Madrid. He's not an average player, bro. Let's not do this. Tony, come on, brother.
Come on, if he was in Chelsea, would you take him at Arsenal at that point when he was in Chelsea?
no.
Come on, man, guys, let's not do this. I mean,
Maybe.
we're out here crying about
We
these Chelsea
had-
signings we've
At that
gotten
time, we
in
had
the past,
Mustafi.
and right now you guys are saying you will take Whittaker. Come on, guys.
had
I would take
Mustafi
you
at that
Don't
to
do
the out. I gotta go, guys. Great show. Catch you.
Yeah, people. All right, Gunguna, we're already going out, man. All right, Gunguna, what do you have coming up this week? And just give a shout out and let's go.
Let's see, coming up this week, man. I'm taking some time off of work after the game tomorrow to be on whatever reaction shows. I'm sure I'll be on with TJ tomorrow after the game. I'm taking time out to really watch the game tomorrow. I'm gonna have the Arsenal jersey. I mean, I'm hoping for 2-1. I'm praying for 2-1. I'm 2-0, 3. Of course, I want to win, but I'm up for it, man. I'm up for it. I'm gonna be watching and yelling, screaming.
He's gonna be watching, guys.
Yeah. So
He's gonna
anyway,
be watching. Don't see.
we'll do a reaction show with TJ tomorrow, and the First American Indian show on Friday. So thanks for having me on, Tony. Good, and thanks. Good seeing you too, Don C.
Yeah, thanks, man.
Nice
Big up to you, Don't see. How about you, man? What do you got coming up? Definitely, I know I'll be on Sarkison TV.
Yeah, I'll be on Sarkison TV tomorrow. Tonight, I'm trying to get home. I'll be home in like 20 minutes. I'm going on my brothers, and then tomorrow, I'll probably be drunk on Flawless channel because I'm going out to watch the match, and yeah, it's going to be a crazy one. Let's just say.
Oh, we're watching that.
See ya, people. Pray for Madrid for tomorrow. I think Arsenal is gonna beat them. Catch me up tomorrow. I'll be on Sarkison TV for a victory lap tomorrow, guys. Yeah, with my brother Dante. There will be a victory tomorrow, Dante. Trust me. There will be a victory. Going down to the Bernabeu, I don't know. But at the Emirates, I think we'll get a victory. With what I'm seeing going on with this Real Madrid team, they're not an invincible team at all. Far from it. They're conceding goals left, right, and center. Arsenal could get something done. Yeah. But at the Bernabeu, that's a different story altogether. So, guys, catch me on a watch along tomorrow. I'll be having a watch along for the show tomorrow. And I'll be on Sarkison TV tomorrow with Don C and the rest of the crew. Nice. And Guna, thanks for making the show great again. And of course, Don C, thanks for popping in today. Yeah. And from me, Guna and Don C, we are out, people. Peace.